Welcome to PricePlow.
Hey, what's going on, PricePlow Nation? Get a little bit of late start today. It is August 25th, Friday. Decided I was going to sleep in a little bit and woke up to my phone just blowing up. Every social media outlet you can think of, my text messages, emails, you name it. And it seems that multiple sources at this point, by the time you're watching this, probably every news outlet here on YouTube, and beyond, has reported that Rich Piana of 5% Nutrition has officially passed away. I've known this for the last few hours, and I've been getting caught up on the news, and I've been a little bit slower to put together this video. Obviously, there's already a lot of people reporting on this, so we're not going to be the first outlet by any means. But, on top of that, there is a certain level of this kind of news reporting side of PricePlow that I had the opportunity to do that really is difficult. I mean, I had to report on a 26-year-old bodybuilder, Dallas McCarver, this week suddenly passing away tragically. And Dallas McCarver, as far as I'm concerned, was not only one of the most amazing guys that you will ever meet, but that he was a friend. And even though I've only interacted with Dallas a couple of times, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it was that kind of a connection. He was that kind of a good guy that he actually made you feel like you meant something, like you were a friend to him. And reporting to you guys that he had passed away suddenly was really difficult on us. I mean, we work directly with Redcon and Dallas, and we work directly with 5% Nutrition and Rich Piana. I've had the opportunity, the pleasure of shaking Rich Piana's hand on multiple occasions. And it really, really is heartbreaking that in the same week we lose two amazing guys. We want to say bodybuilders, YouTube celebrities, whatever you want to call them, but really two awesome dudes. Every time we post a Rich Piana video, it seems like we get hate. We get all kinds of crap in the comment section. I read all this stuff, right? I refuse to interact with it, but I read all this stuff. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of feelings about Rich and 5% Nutrition, and I get it, all right? I do. I'll be the first one to sit here and say that I don't agree with 100% of the way Rich Piana lived his life and the way that he promoted himself 100%. With that being said, Rich was very transparent and very open and honest about who he was and what he was about. He didn't hide that from people. When recently, when he had this very, crappy phone call that got leaked out that was very damaging, he faced it head on. He did not duck it. He made a video saying, this was a long time ago, I made a mistake, this is what happened. He's been open about his steroid use and his anabolic use. He has been open that he doesn't think that everybody should live a lifestyle like him. That it's not the most healthy lifestyle. You can like him or dislike him, and that's fine. You can agree or disagree with what his lifestyle was, but you really got to respect a guy that was as open and transparent as he was, and honest, and face things head on. And you also have to respect that this is somebody that without a super awesome bodybuilding career grew what, honestly in my lifetime, grew one of the most rapidly growing sports nutrition supplement companies that I've ever seen. 5% Nutrition, I don't know if you guys remember, but they seemingly came out of nowhere and became one of the top sellers. And just we've made so many videos reviewing 5% Nutrition products, and there's been several videos where I've said, like, geez, these guys, I mean, it's like every time I turn around, it's a new product or trying to be innovative about something. And you guys didn't agree with all the products, but that's fine. But they were really trying to push the boundaries. I mean, they were really trying to take it to the next level. And they kept coming out with new stuff that we hadn't seen before. And they grew to a huge company. I mean, this is a guy that really made something very fast. He became one of the largest personalities here on YouTube, one of the largest fitness personalities on YouTube. I mean, biggest line at the expo. When you I went to the LA Fit Expo and the Arnold this past year, and you've got guys like, I was right next to Dexter Jackson's booth at the LA Fit Expo. And don't get me wrong, like Dexter Jackson had a big line, and there was, there's a good amount of people there. You had Optimum Nutrition like right behind that, and there was a crazy long line there. But across the expo, like across there, you had the 5% nutrition booth, which was just like a few tables and a big giant banner. And I mean, there were so many people like that it quadrupled what a huge company like Optimum Nutrition was doing, or what a former Mr. Olympia bodybuilder Dexter Jackson. And that's not to take away from any of those companies. That's to point out that this is a guy that grew into one of the most popular and huge names in the fitness industry. I mean, Rich Piana, 5% Nutrition, is almost a household name. I mean, people that are not interested in bodybuilding know who this guy is. You've got to respect that. I don't care what kind of troll you are, how you feel about anabolics. I don't care what your opinions are on the lifestyle, but you have to respect the fact that this is somebody that grew to such a gigantic brand. Again, I'm standing here saying, I was one of those haters, right? Like I was one of those guys saying like, I still to this day, I don't like the way that 5% approached everything. And I wasn't a big fan of the way that Rich marketed himself. With that being said, that's irrelevant. That's just not my style. But the reality is that he exceeded myself or my marketing or even those of huge giant companies by tenfold. So no matter how I feel about the guy's style, I respect him. I do. And now we're talking about somebody that has tragically passed away. So I know we're gonna get a lot of hate in the comments, and we refuse to censor this. We're not gonna delete comments and all of that, okay? You guys, say what you're gonna say. You're not gonna hear a response from us if you're shitty in the comments. The bodybuilding industry, YouTube, fitness, 5% nutrition, a man's family, us here at PricePlow, we lost a good guy today, Rich Piana. And I would hope that people can have enough respect, to not trash somebody in the comments. Rich Piana passed away at the age of 46, early Friday, according to District 6 Medical Examiner, and that's reported by TMZ, multiple different other outlets. So if you guys remember, Monday, August the 6th, Piana collapsed while getting a haircut at his Florida home by his girlfriend, Chanel. Reportedly, he passed out and collapsed and hit his head on the way down. Chanel called 911. She also tried to revive him via CPR and was then able to do that. According to TMZ, a report over a week ago, when the medical responders got to his home, they found him unresponsive and tried to revive him. Apparently gave him 2 doses of Narcan because Chanel had reported that he had a previous opiate addiction but thought that he was clean. So Narcan is something I guess that they give folks that potentially overdose on opiates. He did not regain consciousness, was sent to the hospital and placed in a medically induced coma. Medically induced coma is something that they typically will do to reduce, to protect the brain basically if there's trauma to the head or swelling I believe that it's a way that they can slow down any potential damage and hopefully allow the patient to recover from that. So they're basically medically putting you into a controlled environment or a coma state. From there, we saw very little updates. 5% Nutrition made an official statement that he was alive and that he is battling. Chanel had posted on her Instagram and the Facebook, I believe, to give, they posted a number you could call, leave your messages and your well wishes, and she was going to play that for Rich. Then there was another post, I believe, by her that had their hands, and it was a very sweet post, and it was her. I mean, you could tell with that post that it was really her kind of pleading, I mean, it was very sad in my opinion. And look, guys, we have been hoping for the best this entire time. Obviously, weeks and weeks have gone by now, several weeks now, and last we heard was he was in a medically induced coma. We haven't heard anything, and so obviously in the back of our minds we were concerned, worried for this kind of thing to come out today and happen. With that being said, all of us here at PricePlow, we're hoping for the best. And especially after the Dallas McCarver incident that we had to report on this week, we really hoped that we were going to be able to come out and say, Rich Piana's back. So unfortunately today, we have to announce that Rich Piana, 5% Nutrition, a very incredibly influential player here in the fitness game, has passed away. And we would ask all of our viewers, all of our subscribers, everyone that respects the PricePlow brand, anybody that follows us regularly, please have some respect for a man that's passed away, his legacy, his family, all the crew at 5% Nutrition, and put your well wishes in the comments, post nice things, remember him. If you have anything nice to say about funny things that maybe he's done, or things that have impacted you from Rich, post those. We would love to see those. But don't be shitty. Not now, you want to be shitty, give it time, later, whatever, do your thing, make your own video. But not here, right? We're all upset, and we have nothing but sympathy for everybody that's affected by this, and our thoughts and prayers and well wishes and everything goes out to Chanel, Rich's family, Rich's friends, the entire 5% company and team, guys that we communicate with regularly. We wish you guys the best, and we are so sorry for your loss. That's it, guys.